first, thank you to Mater Dei and Tia for hosting the event. Thank you to all the media members that are here. Let me first let me apologize to Mater Dei. I screwed up in the media guide, so I want to make sure that's said publicly. So I apologize to Coach Mercado and Athletic Director Tia Meza on that. That was 100% my fault. You don't want to know, so we'll just keep it at that. I like us this year. I think the most important statement that I could say is we lost a game about 2 weeks ago, and it's the most fun I've ever had losing in my life. We've had great teams in the past. This team has a lot of, we throw the term culture around a lot, and I'm not going to call this team culture-based. This team has it. This team knows, what we want as a staff, what I want as a head coach, how to get along, how to pick up each other, and it really starts with these guys that are at the table. So they've made it more fun. And, when I have to delegate things, because I do have another job on campus, these guys pick up the pace. These guys can run a practice. They can write a practice plan. So it's an exciting time. It's an exciting window that we have. Like I said, it starts with these guys, and there's obviously a couple guys missing that aren't here today. But I'm honored to be their coach. It's fun. It makes the game fun. It's, everything you do as a coach that you want out of a team, besides them not bunting very well, and probably Gabe can attest to that, they do right. They do right. They're good billboards. They're walking billboards for our school, our baseball program, their families. They do all those things right. And they're good people on the academic side of campus. And so for me, that's a big step of even before the baseball stuff. And then you get on the baseball field, they're nasty. And they want to win, and they want to get after it, and they do everything the right way. So I'm extremely pleased right now, and I know the season's long, but we're ready to get after it.
Thank you. Gabe, talk to me about what you're looking forward to this season.
Playing. Just getting after it. Trinity League's nasty this year. Everyone's really good. I think just growth. We throw the term family out there. We all love each other. So, every single game I have so much fun. So just playing.
Thank you. Luke, talk to me about how would you describe this program?
We're very, very close. Like, as Gabe said, we're a family. We all love each other. We want what's best for each other. So if one person isn't doing the best one day, we know that our teammates will pick us up. And it's just a great, we're very well bound together.
Thank you. And Cody, talk to me about what really makes Trinity League special.
The competition's the obvious standout in Trinity League. Every single game, whether Tuesday, Wednesday, or Friday, you're facing an arm that's most likely D1, and every out, every pitch really matters. And I think it just separates from the other leagues in Orange County and the nation. Just the overall competition, and every game's a challenge, and you got to win every one.
Great, thank you. Okay, I'll open up to the media.
Steve Granado, CA Sports Zone. Brett, it's no stranger that a team loses kids from graduation, but you lost the middle of your lineup, and you lost your first baseman, you lost your shortstop. What is the plan for this season in those positions and in that batting order?
Well, Cody's going to move over to short. He's kind of waited his turn. He's been our second baseman for 2 years, and I think he's 17 for 30 in winter ball right now, which is kind of a ridiculous stat. And he's coming back from where he didn't play really, since August because he was battling kind of a wrist injury. And then Jared Glenn, Gumby, Grandpa, he's gonna pitch and play first. He's just kind of the old hand and, the seasoned vet that's going to move over there, left-handed bat that can do a lot of things and handles it well. And, we did lose a lot. Curiali at UCLA and Class in Arizona. Those were two really, that was 60-something hits between the both of them. And, Blake was one of the best left-handed hitters that I've seen in a program come through there. But Cody's going to pick up the slack. Big Gabe's going to pick up the slack. Luke's going to pick up the slack. We're waiting for Jake Taylor to come back. He's been battling an injury bug too. He was an all-league performer last year. Gage Jump's going to hit, and I really like Gage, offensively. Colin Blanchard, everything runs through him behind the dish. And, Colby Canales, he's going to be in the middle of the lineup, and we're going to need him to be Colby. But we also like our other pieces. We've got really good competition going on at second base, really good competition going on there. And we've got competition in the outfield. So, and then, we've got the arms that we think we have. And so, we miss those guys, obviously. But I think these guys are picking up the slack, and I think they're in the right places to be able to pick up that slack and hopefully be a potential league champion.
Steve Doherty, PBR. This is like a Pac-12 media day. Cody, two-part question for you, and then hand it off to the other guys. Talk a little bit about some of your USA baseball experience and what that program meant to you, and what it's done for you, and how it helps. And beyond that, I want you guys all to talk about why the school you chose.
Yeah, all the USA stuff has been huge ever since 12U. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into doing the 12U team, but that was an unbelievable experience meeting kids that I still talk to every single day from all around the country, and then getting to grow and then do 14U, 15U, and then 17U this past summer. It's amazing getting to face the best competition. It really does prepare you for league and for the season, just knowing what's out there and knowing how good you have to be to really be the best. And then I had a unique situation where I decommitted this past couple months and then recommitted to UCLA. I felt when USC had the coaching change, it opened up to me looking other places, and UCLA really was the best fit for me in the end.
UCLA obviously was #1 team in the country for basically all of last year, and them giving me the opportunity to go there, like they're the best, and so they can basically choose the best, and them coming to me I felt was a huge honor. And it's close to home. I can come home on the weekends, my parents can come down, and so that's why I feel like it was best for me.
Yeah, UCLA, it's awesome. I knew I wanted to stay in California, close to my mom. And I waited a while for my commitment. I waited all summer, kind of let it play out. And I just felt UCLA made a big effort they made the biggest effort to recruit me, always calling me, really long phone calls. And I felt like that kind of went a long ways. And then when I got on campus, just the way I loved the campus. And then a big thing for me was how the coaches treated my mom, because growing up, it was just my mom. And yeah, Coach Savage kind of made it clear to my mom that I was going to be taken care of and everything. So yeah.
Luke, you moved down here from Central Valley last year, virtually unknown by a lot of people. You kind of maybe snuck up on some people, if you will, during the spring season, but then obviously your talent displayed itself during the summer. What was the biggest change for you coming from where, the Central Valley, where you came to arguably the best league in America?
Well, up in the Central Valley, there you have your two guys that are your baseball players, and everyone else, they play baseball to play baseball. But down here, every single guy on the team is a baseball player. They want to win. Everyone cares down here, and everyone wants to go to that next level here. So that was the biggest thing.
Coach, you mentioned how last year the Boris Classic, you win that, and then there's a little bit of a let-off after in league. How do you this year get by that? You have the big midseason tournament again. How do you finish the year stronger and overcome that?
I think that's a great question. Pitching, probably. Defense, offense, everything else in between. No, we won the Boris Classic. We've always played well in it. We've done great. We think it's one of the best tournaments in the nation. The boys always come ready to play. And then we had Olu, and we ran into a buzzsaw, and then fortunately we swept Santa Margarita to finish the season, to finish in second. And the last 6 years, believe it or not, we either won league or we finished in second. And that's really a testament to the young men that keep fighting the fight and keeping the main thing. But we couldn't get over that hump. We can't get over that CIF hump right now. And like I said, it all comes down to how much these guys love each other. And I know that's cliched, and I didn't want to be cliched talking today, but really this is different. And these kids are different, and it's such an enjoyable group to be around. And like I gave them Girl Scout cookies on Monday. I got suckered into buying $25 worth of Girl Scout cookies, and I'm like, you know what? Those guys will chow those things down. And it was like the best day ever for them. But those are the Cody was the biggest culprit by far. But like they love to be on the field. They love to play baseball. They love to be with each other. And sometimes you don't see that, and you get different sects within a team and different units, and you try to get away from that. But it's real, and it's out there, and we're in South County, and things are different at times, and ultimately it falls on me. I've got to do a better job. I've got to do a better job of preparing our kids, and but this group prepares themselves pretty well. So for me, that's a big hump to get over. It helps having Luke and Jared Glenn and Gager and Svenny and La Maison and the magician Eli and Cameron Cook and the other guys we have on staff, and it helps having those guys. But like I said, Cody can run the show. Luke and Gabe, they can run the show, and for me, that's what it's all about.
And just real quick, I know these three are UCLA. No one else is UCLA, right?
Gage Jump is too.
Okay,
Yeah.
4.
So it's nice to have 4. Yeah.
This one's for the players. You guys, Cody, why don't you start and we'll work our way down there. You've been in the Trinity League now going to your 3rd year. For you guys, your 2nd year playing on the varsity level. Did you play as a freshman? No, okay. Playing on the varsity level. Excuse me. Just talk, and you've all, obviously, USA Baseball, you all did the area codes last summer. Just talk about how the Trinity League prepares you to compete at that level.
I think it's the biggest help ever. I mean, you're facing in Trinity League most of the guys you face in the summer, honestly, just because they're so good. So you meet up with them sometime over summer to face them, and it's almost just like another league game. You get out there and it's just normal, and everyone might be shocked at who's on the bump, but it's just like another game for me.
Well, for the area code team, we had 6, 7 UCLA commits, so we all knew each other very well. And then just going out there, it was another game. We all had fun. That was probably the best thing. Like we didn't expect to go out and win. We were just going out there to have fun.
Yeah, I mean, Trinity League. I'm pretty sure every single Trinity League team has players on area codes, which is pretty cool. You don't really see that in any other league, but Trinity League definitely prepared me for the summer. The summer I had, I don't think would have happened if it weren't for Trinity League or Coach K preparing me. And then when I got to area codes, it was kind of just like Trinity League. Everyone at area codes was a Trinity League arm.
Hey, Steve Fryer from the Orange County Register, OC Varsity. First of all, $25 or whatever for cookies you got off easy. Melissa Tellerico teaches over here, $130 off of us. Guys, you grew up on traditional baseball fields, What was the adjustment playing on that all-turf field, and what's it like to slide on that, when you're going to 2nd or 3rd?
I love it. It's no bad hops ever, and it wasn't a hard transition at all. I've fielded on turf before, but it probably took a day to get used to it, honestly. And then sliding, at nighttime, it'll get a little wet out there, so you need to start your slide a little earlier. But we've learned, and we get it.
I think it's amazing because all we do for cleanup is brush, and we're out in 5-10 minutes.
I can talk about that too. We can talk about that.
But it helps us out because most teams don't know how to slide on our turf, and we'll at least get one out a game where someone will steal the overslide second base.
Well, tell everybody. Jeez.
But it's great. I love it.
And you got Turf Monster the other night, for sure.
Oh yeah.
No extra strawberries or anything off of that stuff?
You get a few.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of free outs.
All right. Thanks.
Anybody else?
For all you guys, minus Brett, to kind of hark on the loss of the two again, the two main ones, how do each of you see your roles this season as a leader and trying to step and fill that void? I'll start with you, Cody.
Well, I think me being on varsity the past 2 years, it helps. You know, people not look up to me, but can see me as a leader. So I try to lead, whether it's on the field or in the dugout or off the field when we're hanging out. But I think all of us kind of feel that role to lead, and like they've said, we're family, and we play for the guy next to us, and so it's cool just seeing that go down.
We all yes, we're the leaders, but it's not like we don't have to be the leader. Everyone basically has each other, and so I can rely on Gabe, Cody, Jared, Gage, Gibby, everyone. So it's sort of like relief. Now that if they're gone, it doesn't really matter because we have each other.
Yeah, I think losing Blake and Mike definitely hurt us, but I felt like last year it was sophomores and seniors, which, I mean, on the weekends, seniors don't really hang out with sophomores, but now that's juniors and seniors that, like we said, we throw the word out there family a lot, but, I mean, we go camping together, we hang out all the time together, so, I mean, we lost the two biggest bats in our lineup last year, but I really do feel like this team is family, and we all have each other's backs, and we're all bought in this year. Everyone's bought in. Whereas last year I felt like it was a little bit funky at times. But, yeah.
Can I say something, Steve? Sorry, Tia. We're not just talking the varsity team, too. These guys take the freshmen. They take the kids on JV. I mean, we've got 8 freshmen on JV, but they're taking the whole program. They're not just taking varsity. And so for me, that is a really important facet for our future. And, you know, when I see these guys talking and telling them to break down first and thirds or bunt Ds or whatever it is, these guys are doing it. And, you know, so for me, the hands off, and you hate to say that from a coaching perspective, but it's like watching your kids grow up, you know, and watching Cody grow up and watching Luke and watching Gabe. They're growing up to be young men, and they're taking on that added role of, hey, this isn't about us. I'm not trying to get mine. This is about everyone. And that's what you're looking for. So